we are here with our special guest. We're gonna go ahead and get started with Mr. Lewis Stevens Jr. How you doing? How was your Labor Day weekend?
It was excellent. I was with family and friends, and we had a good time. Good time at the house.
I want to hear from you. Okay, I'm gonna ask you the obvious question about your initiative, I Support Youth. How you got started and what made you want to start this initiative?
Well, what was mind-blowing about it was that I ran for city council 2 years ago. I got my tail whooped.
That's all right. Lessons.
I was 20.
Character.
I was 26 years old. I was out of the three. I was one of the youngest to ever run for city council in this city. But during that time, I was working for the Department of Juvenile Justice. Met a young man. He was 16 years old. Cool dude, but had a lot of problems in life. Didn't have mom, didn't have dad. Grandma just died, so all he had was grandma. And he made a decision. Needed some school clothes, needed some other things, so he went with a gun and robbed someone. Oh no! And wound up actually killing the man. And so. He was getting ready to do 25 years.
Oh no!
And
how old was he?
He was 16 years old.
Oh wow!
So what touched my heart was me and the young man. We bonded. I was working overnight shifts, and it kind of hit me. And one thing that he said to me before, when they come in and they say direct foul, you kind of know these kids start crying. That means that they're going over to the big boy shift. So, on his way out, he was in tears, and he looked back at me. He was like, "Man, I wish I would have met you earlier. I probably." You see the growth from these kids, and I actually had a kid that just graduated. He's on his way to FAMU.
Oh wow!
Nice.
He got a GED, and he's headed to FAMU.
Yeah.
So that having a GED don't stop you.
No,
it don't stop you. So that's written and thought proof that it can happen. So
like
you definitely are instilling good things in them by showing them the way that you don't have to steal it, you don't have to crook it, you don't have to cook it.
No, and the most exciting part is we're able to. It's not every student is not gonna go to college,
right? Because it's not for everybody,
and it's not for everyone. And as soon as we can accept that as a community, I think we'll go far. Now we push college to the max, but not everyone is made for college.
I mean, that's like that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
And
you know, the rich dad is teaching about business, ownership.
Yes.
And the poor dad teaches about going to college so that you can.
Work for somebody else.
One of the things that we try to teach is what's your passion and what's your love. Because at the end of the day, if I could teach you your passion, if I can teach you your love, everything else will pan out.
Right.
And so we want to find out what's your love, because at the end of the day, there's millions of people making the money but miserable going to work. You know, and so we want to teach kids what is your passion, what is your love.
Young adulthood. Because you know that's when they really need it.
Oh my God.
I mean, you know, you can pretty much corral them a little bit as teenagers, but when they get young adults and they start smelling themselves, that's when they really lose their mind.
Grandma used to say, "Well, you smelling yourself, huh?"
And you ain't know what it meant until now.
I ain't know what she meant.
Our guest, Lewis Stevens Jr.
The one and only.
We're going to talk about Andrew Gillum and his road ahead. Of course, you know we got to talk about Auntie Riri.
And hey, Lewis might be the running mate for Andrew. You never know.
You never know.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We don't put it out there.
Oh man.
Out there. Intro. Quit playing. We got you. That's like Insecure. We got y'all.
Right. St. Pete.
Y'all, we are back. Welcome back
Welcome back
to On the Beat St. Pete. Let me tell y'all, there are some fools in this studio today. I can't deal with Joe. Joe is
what it is.
We are still here with our special guest, Lewis Stevens Jr. So, Lewis, you mentioned to us that you sort of got started with I Support Youth when you ran for city council.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
Crazy experience. I got my behind tore up out the frame. But man, when I tell you, sometimes our biggest defeats, we think that God put us in a position to kill us, but actually it was the biggest blessing.
What Fantasia say? Sometimes you got to lose.
Sometimes you got to lose.
All right, man. You done won a couple times.
So
Okay.
Right.
So I've been able to
present live and in person when Andrew Gillum
Yeah.
won the Democratic nomination last week. We were live on air, and our Facebook friends and family was keeping us posted. So thank you to everybody who was letting us know what was going on while we were in here. The minute they called the nomination and they said that he won, I was excited. It was like bittersweet.
Yes.
Because I immediately got scared for him.
Yes.
And I said, and you know, I said it on the show, we're going to have to start praying for him now.
Absolutely.
Because I knew that the road was going to be long and hard, and it wasn't even 24 hours. And they already trying to side swipe, call him a monkey. See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah. This stuff ready.
I don't know who and on what planet or earth, anywhere, who uses the term
and I
monkey
did a
this up.
segment on TMZ about using monkey terms and gorilla terms when talking about blacks.
Exactly.
Inappropriate at all times.
So, you know, as a former candidate of a race, what's this going to look like for him between now and November?
It's going to be a tough road. And the road is, and a lot of times, even working these campaigns, they feel like the black vote doesn't matter anymore. And so with the African American male in this time and in this generation, to win such a big race is huge for the state of Florida. It's huge for every community because it goes back to show that if we stick together and if we get out and vote, we can really make a huge change in our
Definitely.
Right.
So
shout out to Brother John who says pray and work. Yes, that is what we need to do. Pray and work. Because it's going to be a long road ahead for him.
And we're going to need all hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
So let's be honest, you were shocked.
I was.
I was shocked too.
I was.
I mean, I voted early
because
I like to avoid the fray and I don't like people standing too close to me. So I voted early, so I'm glad my vote counted. Like I really felt like for the first time my vote counted towards something. Because he won.
You was in that 438,767,000 votes. You was in that vote.
How many was it?
438,767.
Wow.
Yeah. I was surprised to see it by such of a huge margin.
Yes.
And we hear about change and we want change.
Definitely.
But to see change physically happen in the eyesight of your eyes, that I'll be able to tell my sons, kids that, hey, I made this happen because of my vote was huge for this community. And it brought tears to my eyes because people really don't know how hard that is to do.
I mean, you won the Democratic nomination as a black man in the state of Florida.
Yes.
Like, that is so hard to do. I mean, when was the last time Florida had a Democratic governor?
It's been over 20 years.
I mean, was it Charles?
I mean, it was meant for him.
I think it was
stopping. Nothing was going to stop.
For the 27, let's talk about that.
Yes, October 27th. Write it down. Tickets go on sale next week. That is awards. We have activists inside of the community that will begin awards this year. So we are super excited.